Hi kiddos, how's it going? Okay, so this week we're going to continue in Bible with how Jesus heals the sick. Okay, so we just talked about in the last video about his vocabulary words, right? About miracle and mercy. So what we're going to talk about now is we're going to go ahead and talk about things that we can pray about this week. So things that we want to focus on is we want to really focus on thanking the Lord for making us and creating us to where our bodies can heal themselves, right? Yes, we have medicine and yes, we have all of those things, but because of the way he created us, our bodies can work to fight off certain things like the coronavirus, right? So we just want to thank him for creating us in that way, right? The other thing that we want to talk about is just thanking him for allowing us to always go to him in prayer. Remember how we talk about every day the importance of if you're having a great day, what should you do? Pray and thank the Lord. If you're having a bad day or a hard day, what should you do? Stop, pray, and thank the Lord, right? So that's exactly what I want us to work on this week while we're praying, okay? I want you to focus on those things, okay? So now what I want us to do is we're going to talk about our Bible lesson, and this is just going to be part 1, okay? So are you ready to listen? Here we go. Okay, so when Jesus walked the earth, many people wanted to be close to Jesus and listen to his teachings. Everywhere Jesus went, the people followed. Remember how last week we talked about Zacchaeus, and what did Zacchaeus do? He climbed the sycamore tree so he could see who? Jesus, right? So everybody's always gathering around to try and see Jesus because they know of the wonderful miracles that he is able to perform, right? So many people came to Jesus to be healed. Some had sicknesses. Some were born crippled and wanted to be made whole. They wanted Jesus to perform a miracle and heal them. A miracle is something so special that only God can do it. This is why people came to Jesus. They knew he was the Son of God, and he had the power of God to make miracles happen. No one else could heal them. One man had not been able to walk for a long, long time. He could not work, so he had to spend his life begging for money and begging for food, right? Because think about it, if he can't go to work, how is he supposed to earn money? He can't, right? So Jesus told him to pick up his bed and walk. As soon as the man heard the words of Jesus, he picked up his bed and he began to jump for joy. So what did Jesus just perform? A miracle. Good job. So he thanked Jesus for making him well. Another man also could not walk. So he couldn't get close to Jesus, right? If Jesus is over there and he can't walk, how is he supposed to get to Jesus, right? So his friends took him on a bed, which the man was laying on top of the house where Jesus was teaching. The men made a big hole in the top of the house and lowered the bed with the man down through the hole. As soon as Jesus saw the man lying on his bed, he said, "Take up your bed and go to your own house." The man got off the bed at once because he was perfectly well. He thanked Jesus and went to his own home. So what did Jesus just perform? Another miracle. Good job. So on another occasion, Jesus passed by a man who had been blind from birth. Does anybody know what it means to be blind? That's right. It means that you can't see. So he had never been able to see anything. But he asked Jesus to open his eyes so he could see. Jesus rubbed mud into the man's eyes. Then he told the man to wash off the mud. The man did just as Jesus told him to do. Then the man opened his eyes, and guess what? What do you think happened? That's right, he could see. Another time, Jesus made a woman well who had been sick for years. He made a child with a fever well. Everywhere Jesus went, those who were sick were made well. Those who were hurt, blind, or healed were made well. Jesus did these things to teach us that he was God and he had the power of God because only God can do these things. When we are sick or ill, we can go to the doctor and take medicine, right? But we always need to pray to God, because it is God who works in our bodies to make us well again. So just like everything that's going on right now, friends, with the coronavirus, right? Like we have some people that are becoming sick, right? Some that are getting medicine. Some of them are trying to become well, right? Well, we can also, what should we do? We should always pray, right? Because God is the one who will work through our bodies and in our bodies to make us well. And we should thank Him for that, because without that, oh my goodness, what would we do? So I just want you to think about those things and think about how thankful we are that we have such an amazing God who works through us and works in us. And we are just so thankful. So we want to make sure that we thank Him for those things, okay? So this is part 1, and then pretty soon you'll get to see part 2. All right, love you, friends. See you tomorrow. Bye.